everyone, I am in the process of cleaning up my greenhouse, and so far I've cleaned up 2.5 shelves or tables, and so I thought this would be a good time to give you guys a partial tour. So I'm just going to go around and show you guys stuff and talk about them, just to show you a few things I have, but I'm not completely done. I just wanted to show you because now that the tables are actually looking clean, I can show people around. So here's one of my favorites. It's an Afterglow, and then we got a bluebird. This guy's kind of tall right here. That's a giant blue Gibiflora, and I'm gonna behead it probably in a future video. Then we got some Dick's Pink, I think is what those are. And this one has had some issues. This is a Riviera. I don't know why it's looking like this. I know it doesn't have mealy bugs, and I know it's not a fungus because I've treated for both, but it does have a baby, and I've read that sometimes getting too much nitrogen can cause this, so just wondering. If any of you guys know what that is, let me know. Here's one of my lipsticks and some variegated ghosts. And let's see, this is a Debbie and a blue heron, I believe. What else do we have around here that I like? I really love, this is the last little bit of a bundle that I had of Fun Queen. And this is my absolute favorite, my Trumpet Pinky. And you guys may have seen my original video where I got this, but since then it's actually had 2 babies, but I'm so scared to remove them, so I'm just leaving them as they are. And I also want to take this time to tell you that the summer heat here has really taken a toll on a lot of my plants, so don't get judgmental because they will all recover. It's just that it has been so hot here, and even with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fans in this greenhouse, exhaust fans, it still gets pretty hot. Right now it's only 85 degrees, so today's not a bad day, because we had some rain yesterday, and so it's a little cloudy. Let me see what else we have. This is a big red. This is a shattering Echeveria. I think they also call it diffractans. This poor guy, I thought it had fungus, but I think that's just sun damage. This is one of my absolute favorites. I've shown it to you in other videos. This is a Colorado Mexican Giant. And this one, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's been doing this ever since I got it, and I've tried putting it in more sun, less sun. I don't know why these petals do this. It doesn't need water, it's not floppy, so I don't know why. I've just experimented with where else it could go, and I don't know. Here's another bluebird. This is an Etna that I beheaded in a previous video, and she's doing really well. Some more Gibifloras over here. So this is kind of my table of some of my bigger ones. That guy over there, you can't really see him well, but that is a huge Neon Breakers. It's over 10 inches across. I had it in my garden last year in the ground, and so it got so huge, but I've kept it in here ever since. This is a little Raindrops that's holding on, and it really needs to be beheaded, but I don't have the heart to do it yet. So let's go over here to the next shelf. So this is a bowl that I made with just some random stuff that I put in at the time because I didn't know where else to put it. So there's a chroma, but if you look really close, you can see there's so much sun damage. And overall in the greenhouse, this is the open window, and then these 2 spots have bamboo shutters. So what I've been doing is things that can take the most sun, like most of my cacti, are going here. So I don't think it's so much the heat, it's just the sunlight that they don't like. And up here I actually have a shade cloth just on this part, but you can see over there, there's no shade cloth. So trying to put anything sensitive over here, but with the bamboo cover. So my most popular video, I repotted this thing, and it's still doing very well, that jade. We've got an Arctic Ice here. This was a gift, and it almost died, and it's a crown of thorns, and it continues to come back every time I almost kill it. Here's a really cool elegance that will not stop making babies, and at some point I need to cut some of these guys off, and I know you guys are just as obsessed with pulling off dry leaves as I am, but anyway, these are some really cute cactus cuttings, and I can't remember the name right now. I think it's Sunrise or something like that. And I got 3 of them from a friend, and this one has started making a new pad, so I'm really happy about that. This is also a cutting I got from someone that's finally made a little sprout. And then same thing with this. I had this almost a year before it decided to sprout something new. I think that's one of those zigzags. And then here are some of those, Santa Rita, or yeah, I think that's what they're called. The purple opuntias. I really like those, but so far I haven't seen any sprouts come out, so oh well. And there's that totem cactus. I got that back in November of last year in Las Vegas. It was free. It hasn't done anything yet, but I'm still waiting. Here is one of my fairy tale cacti. Had quite a few of those, but I sold all of them except one on Etsy, and I'm debating on cutting that guy up into lots of pieces and just making a whole bunch of them. But you guys let me know what you think I should do. This one down here, I believe this is a monkey tail, and again, I had this in the dirt for a really, really long time, and up until recently it hadn't done anything, and then now it finally made this sprout. And same thing with this thing, it's flat. I have no clue what it is, but everything's starting to sprout now, so that's pretty cool. Here's a bunch of little pots with little cacti. Those were some little fairy tale cactus pieces that fell off whenever I was repotting the other ones. This, I believe, is called mousetail cactus, and I think that one's called roadkill. There's my pine cone cactus that I got in Las Vegas, and it's finally made another cone, and I believe that's probably a little elongated, but I'm not sure because this is the first one I've ever had. So I'm just gonna see how this pans out, and we'll go from there. Here's a spineless opuntia someone gave me, and it's looking really symmetrical, so I don't know what I'm gonna do just yet. And then one of my desert roses that I grew from seed. It's doing pretty good. Down here we've got some different things, some different moonstones, and then this opalina right here, which I believe at one point maybe had some sort of pest, because you see the abnormal growth, and I don't know, I'm going to spray them, but I use the systemic pesticide, those granules, so not super worried. Here's a pretty cool pine cone cactus someone gave me, so that one's making little extensions, and then this one also. Let me see what else we have that's pretty cool. There's a double neon breakers, and then recently I bought a bunch of raindrops. So these are babies. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's one that I had already. So 11 raindrops just right over here. So you can tell that I love raindrops. And actually, this one's a raindrops too, but it doesn't have any drops because I'm really bad about watering. And then I love this guy. It's some sort of agaboides, but I have no clue. And then this is something I posted online. My Lola, for some odd reason, just decided to start doing this. So I think out of nowhere, she just decided to become variegated. So I think that's really cool, and I hope my other one does it, but she's really pretty, so I'm just gonna let her do whatever she wants, and we'll see how that pans out as well. Got a couple more Arctic ice, and then here's another Lola that I've had a long time. I don't know, that one's not variegated. Then, let me see, Blue Sky, there's a Riviera, so that's like the one before, but it's looking pretty good, so I don't know what the deal is. And then, got a few things over here, but this corner right here, you'll notice I've got my spider plants and some non-succulent things, and that's because at the roof of the greenhouse right here, there's a little hole, and so when it rains, water drops down, and I catch rainwater in this, but kind of all this area will get water on it, and so I can't really put the succulents there because they'll get overwatered. So tried putting things over here that would be okay with more water, and then up there I've got some strings of fish hooks and strings of tears, and then another curly spider plant. And then let's go to my last shelf that I have successfully cleaned. So Here's a cool arrangement I made a while back. There's an avocado cream right there, some trailing elephant bush. These are not afterglows, but I have no clue what they are. They're so pretty though, and oh, I see dry leaves, but I'm gonna resist the urge to pick them. This was a really cool Dick's Pink that I beheaded, and it's made this pup and this pup, but I'm still waiting because I'm not going to cut them up. And then I think this is the one that was the top of it, and it's doing really well also. Down here, another Lola. These two pots right here, these were all propagations that I shoved into these little shallow pots a while back, and they were so tiny and cute, and now they're growing up and I can see what they are. Like I've got a chroma, and then I've got a blue heron, some different things, but I thought those were adorable. So I may need to do that with the rest of my propagations because I still have trays and trays of them. And then this is a Dick's Pink that I beheaded also, and it's made this pup. And if you look, this pup has, well, how do you see it? Okay, there you can see it does have roots. At some point soon I need to cut that off and plant that, but I've just been so busy I haven't had time to do it. And then got some different things down here. In one of my last videos you probably saw me chop up that chroma. So this is the chroma stump left over. So 1, 2, 3, 4 big babies, a couple smaller ones down here forming, and then the tops that I chopped off are over here. Something got into them though, and something chewed up one of the leaves. I think it was a caterpillar. I've had an issue with caterpillars getting in here, but whatever, they'll recover. Regular Gibiflora ruffles here, and then unknown Gibiflora here, double Gibiflora here. I like Gibifloras. Here's another pot that I just put a bunch of propagations in. I actually did that with a few, like this one. These are leaf props as well that have gotten pretty big, and then these are some that are even bigger, and then these are probably some of my biggest. This is the only one I didn't propagate. That's a Gibiflora right there, but I thought I'd put that in there and see how it did. And I've got another Shattering Echeveria, which I believe they called the Fractans, if I didn't say that earlier. Gibiflora. I can't remember what this is called, but it's some sort of onion. And then this guy, you probably saw my video where I went shopping and got that thing. It's a type of elephant bush that I've never seen before. So got that guy. This thing is just gone out of control. I think they call it Cremnosedum, maybe Little Gem or something like that, but really cute. A couple big Gibifloras that I got from, or at least this one that I got from Trader Joe's, and then here is one of my really big monsters. So I love this thing. I haven't had a chance. I was gonna put it in my garden outside, but I haven't had a chance. And then this is still that Violacina that I got from Vegas back in November. So she's still holding on. Both of them are making big blooms right now. You probably see my pergola in the background. That's where I grow my loofahs. And we had a lot of wind, so one of the chairs blew over, so don't look at that. Anyway, this was a pot I made a while back, and this little Graptovaria, yeah, I think it's Graptovaria Bashful, has made so many babies. And then, I never made a video on this, but this is one of the very first arrangements I ever made, and it's still going strong. And weird thing is, it's not even in a pot with drainage holes. And then I have one more that I made when I first started succulents, and that's this one. And so a few things in there have died, which is why you see some blank spaces. But for the most part, everything else has lived, and I've trimmed it over time. But again, no drainage holes there, so that's pretty cool. You just have to be really careful if you're gonna do that, and make sure you don't overwater, and just keep an eye on them, you know, and if they show you signs that they need water, like the wrinkling, like I've talked about in my other videos, then you can water them. And then here's another Colorado Mexican Giant. I love these, and I only have 3. I have the one I showed you, this one, and then I have one that's in rehab. And I don't want to show you that because it looks so bad right now. But I did take a before picture, and if it recovers, I will show you the after picture. So if it doesn't recover, you'll never hear about it again. And then, let's see, everything else, I have a a black aeonium here. This is not a succulent, this is an olive tree. But the only other things I have up here, this is a Graptopetalum rusbii, and it's making pups, but I tried to kind of put it over here because it gets a little bit of shade from this guy. And this is an old arrangement I had. I just really love these guys. I have cut these many times and propagated them, and they've just given me more and more pups, and they're always variegated. And there's one even, well, there's some back there, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you found my tour interesting, and it's definitely not completely done. I will show you some other stuff when I get everything else clean. I will show you my propagation stations and all that. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you will subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.